Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Rose Mini. So last time I went ahead and painted up another banshee, but I wasn't too pleased with it. So I am gonna go ahead and redo it this time with a different mixture for the cloaks. So last time I did 3 to 1.5 was the ratio between the Lamium Medium and the Nighthaunt Gloom. This time I'm doing a ratio of about half and half. I say about because I do want the Nighthaunt Gloom to be darker and let's just say more spookier. So I did went ahead and put about a fourth more of Nighthaunt Gloom to Lamium Medium just to darken it up a little bit. And I am just making sure I get as even a coat as possible. I will be coming back to the cloak and touching it up a little bit later, but just for right now, just try to get the first coat as even as possible, but try not to fuss around with it too much because you can move around any of the paint that isn't dry, and we don't want that. We want this model to be as smooth as possible for the finished product. Now, if you're watching this video and you didn't watch the previous video to this one, then me painting this Nighthaunt model does not mean I'm switching over to Warhammer Fantasy. I am just trying out something new. I have been interested in doing spooky elements in my armies, such as my Primaris, my Legion, or heck, I might even do it for my Sisters of Battle army that I'm gonna start once GW starts releasing the models for them. But before I paint any of those models, I wanted to go ahead and test out just how spooky I can get with things, and also this is really just an excuse to play around with Nighthaunt Gloom because I haven't really had the chance. Most of the things that I paint are really colorful, or at least I'm trying to keep away from painting dark and gloomy colors all the time. But since making something appear spooky isn't something that I am accustomed to, I decided to go ahead and play around with it, see how I feel about it, and then decide from there what army I'm actually going to use it on. But next I am going to be painting on her arms and her jawbone. And the mixture I'm going to use for that is another half and half of Lamium and Nylon Oxide. So I'll go ahead and come back to you guys when I am at that step. Alright, so while we are waiting for those to dry, we're gonna go ahead and do her corset. Now, normally you would do it in brown and then just kind of build up and highlight from there. But I am a huge fan of Brass Scorpion. And if you guys have been watching my videos thus far, then you guys already know this is no surprise to you. So obviously right now I am grabbing my Brass Scorpion and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all over the corset. And of course I'm also gonna paint the hilt of this dagger and brass scorpion as well. Alright, so now I'm just getting Epidon black and I'm just gonna be painting up that lantern she has on her waist. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken my banshee off of its base just so it's a little bit easier to do the next part and to get it the way I want. So I've left it for about 20 to 30 minutes to dry. Now I'm just going to be taking Uthram Gray and I am going to be dry brushing it to give it a ghostly appearance. So exactly the same like the last model that we did together. So we're gonna want to be heavy-handed towards the bottom and gradually get lighter as we go on top, just so it barely catches the details. Okay, so moving on, we are gonna go ahead and be painting her dagger and Iron Warriors. This is a little bit darker than Leadbelcher, but that's okay. That's what I want because I am gonna be putting a rust effect. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and take a smaller brush and using the same color, I am going to be detailing the corset. So now we are going to go ahead and bring some spooky back into the robes that she has on. So just taking Night Haunt Gloom, I'm just going to go ahead and keep to the creases which the dry brushing has helped us identify. So trying not to have as much of a shaky hand as I do right now. Starting from the bottom up, so most of the color pulls around her waist, which will really give that illusion of her coming out of a tombstone or a grave, and her solidifying, while the parts closer to her tombstone will be, of course, much darker. Alright, and then I'm going to just go ahead and darken down the highlights that got just a little too far up. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some washes on her. The main one is going to be Null Oil, just to darken up that corset a little bit and make it look dirty and grimy. So just making sure my shade brush is clean. Don't want to cross-contaminate it with anything else that may be left. And I am going to put this on quite thickly. Of course, I'm actually going to put this on the dagger as well. Sorry guys, I know you really can't see with my huge ass fingers in the way. Alright, so that is actually a little bit too much shade for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab another clean dry brush and I am gonna try to remove it. Alright, so that's looking pretty good to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let that shade dry and settle, and I will be right back. Alright, so after doing some finishing touches up on her robes and painting the base, she is complete. I do want to thank you guys for joining me today on Blue Rose Minis. Please like and subscribe and leave all comments down below.